So in this eye, you see that dark spot right there? It hits the sex impulse as well as the hypothalamus, okay? And when the hypothalamus is weak, you're going to have possible issues with the thyroid, okay? You see that the skin ring going around the eye? That shows you have a weak thyroid because the skin is not limiting weights properly, and the thyroid is, you're not sweating as you should, and the metabolic weight is lower than it should be. Okay, that's and here shows also weak sex impulse, so weak libido as well. These are affected. The eye has a lot of lymph stagnation. You see those circles going around. That's called nerve rings, indicates weak adrenals. The yellow color you see here, yellow-orange color, that's subacute lymph stagnation plus potential candida overgrowth. Okay, and this needs to be cleaned up properly. The bowels are very, very chronic. All has ascending colon, transverse colon, descending colon. You see that 3D look to the bowels? That's chronic bowels. Use the bowel strength tincture and the bowel cleanser to help clean this up. Dark spot right here, okay, that's the pituitary gland. All this section is pituitary gland. You have chronic pituitary gland. This means that the other endocrine glands are bound to be weak, especially as I just showed you right now, the hypothalamus. Okay, this needs to be fixed, and the pineal gland is located right here as well. Okay, the pituitary gland controls the pineal gland. Use an endocrine tincture, neurological tincture, and circulation tinctures to boost blood flow to that region. Okay, for the sleep, you can use, if you're having sleep issues, you can use a sleep tincture we have as well to help give you some sleep. And that dark spot there hits the esophagus. Okay, this is throat section here, so that's compromised. Use the respiratory T and the respiratory 1 tincture to help address it. And right here is where the uterus, right here is where the vagina and the prostate, right here is where the vagina and the penis region is located, and right here is where the prostate and the uterus are located. Okay, both compromised. For the male, I'll use prostate formula. For the female, I would use the female reproductive formula we have. So you can see right here the thyroid. Okay, as I mentioned, you have weak thyroid, so this needs to be addressed. Use a thyroid lift tincture. And that line hits here, that hits the lower back region. Okay, you can see it's compromised as well. So use circulation tinctures to help boost blood flow to this region. And right here where the kidneys are located, you see it's getting dark here. Subacute lymph stagnation. You have nerve rings going across it. And here's the adrenal, also weak. I'll use the adrenal glandular adrenal tincture. I'll use the kidney tincture and kidney tea. And when the kidneys don't filter out, you have lymphatic stagnation. As you see it here, that yellow cloud-like structure. Your kidneys are not filtering out waste. If your adrenals are weak, you will have the nerve rings, which you do. And also there's a line going around the bowels called autonomic nerve wreath, indicates weak digestion. This needs to be fixed. Right here is where the pancreas is located. You can see chronic, moving the chronic side. Use the liver and pancreas formula. And right here is where the ovaries and testes will be located as well. Okay, for the male, use the prostate formula. For the female, use the female reproductive formula to help strengthen this. Right here is where the gallbladder is located. You see how dark it is? It's chronic side. Use the liver and pancreas formula to help address this. And right here is where the liver is located. Okay, also congestive of lymph. Use the liver formula. Liver is the chemical factory of the body. It's what transmutes chemicals for the body. So it needs to be in good working order. Gallbladder is what breaks down fats. So we need to get it in good shape. In fact, this eye is full of lymph stagnation. That's the most concerning part. The bowels are chronic. The brains of section is full of lymph stagnation. Kidneys and adrenals are weak. Clean the bowels. Bowels are pressing. It needs a little bit of time because this is quite deep, but it should clear up nicely. 100% food diet with the herbs I just mentioned, including the fibrous fiber and kidney tea.